All right, let's move on to another story that you published this week. Now, those of us on the front lines who gave up our cable subscription years ago, that's me. I just use Netflix and Amazon Prime, been doing it for a long time. We usually have one thing in common. We don't care about sports.
Oh.
But I know. But now that cord cutting has become mainstream, the networks have to do something about it. They have to keep up with the time. So for Sunday's Super Bowl, you could go to a party, one of your friends who still has cable, or you can download the CBS app on your Apple TV or your Chromecast or your Xbox. Now, all those deals have been worked out, but what if you wanted to watch the first Super Bowl? Who owns the copyright for that, Jeff?
Oh, this is a crazy story. The great piece of reporting in the New York Times, there's one guy sitting in, where is he? Oh, nice football. Didn't expect that. It's a guy sitting, I think he's in upstate New York or something, and his dad in 1967 had something called a quadramatix machine. It's like an early VCR that recorded the very first Super Bowl, and it's the only copy out there. I mean, even the networks don't have it, the NFL doesn't have it, and it sat in this attic for like 40, 50 years, and now it's out there, and he wants to sell it. But so it's sort of fascinating. It's got like, real cigarette commercials in it. It's got like Vince Lombardi close-ups. It's, sort of a piece of American history. And sports historians call it sort of the holy grail of like this lost sports image. And suddenly it's back.
And so they describe this machine. It's like he take two big rolls of tape and then this machine, and it was sitting in someone's attic. And the guy who did it passed it on to his son, who I guess he was a bit estranged from, saying, maybe this can pay for you in college. And you see in his picture, if you're watching the video, that he is no longer in college. And but now what's happening? I mean, now who is trying to fight against him? Is it the NFL or is it CBS?
No, it's about who owns that copyright. It's sort of like if you tape something over the air, you're allowed to watch it privately. But back then, you had to put a copyright sticker on stuff to show as yours. Now you don't have to. And it's not clear that anyone ever claimed that copyright. And especially in over-the-air signals back then, too, the copyright law was different. And also, I mean, the NFL, of course, every time the NFL sees a threat, it's like, we own it all, we're going to sue you. But in this case, they haven't registered anything in the Copyright Office. If you want to sue someone for copyright, you have to put what's called a deposit copy with the Copyright Office. And that's what gets you into court and makes you, and then you can really go after people. But the NFL hasn't done that. And the reason is they don't own a copy. So it's just this sort of really funny quirk. And I guess the guy tried to sell it to them for $1 million. And they said, forget it, we'll give you $30,000. And then, it's the NFL. It's, you don't want to tangle with the NFL's lawyers, but that's where it stands now. So this thing should be on YouTube for us all to watch, but I guess this guy's just going to keep it in his basement for now.
Oh. Yeah, that is so weird that you can't. You're saying I have the copyright, but you don't own any of it. That's crazy. And I guess he was going to tell his story at the Super Bowl, like on to CBS, and NFL said no, don't pay him to do this.
$1 million isn't that much for the NFL. I mean, seriously, just imagine how much money they could make after all this time, no one seeing, no one having access to this. And then suddenly everybody does. If the NFL paid $1 million up front, they make so much more than that off of this. It's really surprising that they held, stood their ground at $30,000.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. I want to see that. I want to see this. Like, I don't know.
Well, you may be able to. It may belong to no one, right?
Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, what I want the guy to do is just put it on the internet because, since the NFL or CBS hasn't registered a copyright, what are they going to do to him? Well, they'll probably sue him anyways, and but it's a shame. I hope it comes out. I don't know if this guy deserves to be a millionaire, but right. I agree with you, Jason, that $1 million is nothing for the NFL. So, but teams spend money in way stupider ways than that. So.
I mean, if it doesn't exist anywhere else, then great. That guy makes $1 million because he happened to be it's like kind of like winning the lottery. But everybody wins, right? So there you go.